Tabs and Tash Podcast. Tabs and Tash Podcast. All right. You're listening to the Tabs and Tash Podcast.
Welcome to the Tabs and Tash Podcast. I'm your host, Abdul, with my co-host,
Tashi here.
Tashi. Today we're going to try something new, as we discussed. This is a new series which we're calling 5 Stars. The name might change, but for now we're calling 5 Stars. And the idea is to talk about 5 things. Pretty much it could be actors, directors, movie genres, just anything. But in the movie industry, not sports or anything like that.
Not yet, at least.
Not yet, at least.
But
So,
yeah.
But today we're going to start off with one of our favorite actors of all time, Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro, baby.
And we had a little conversation, and the first movie we decided to choose from the list of 5 movies we had. And you're subscribed to the channel if you want to know the other 4. But for now, the first one you're going to get is Mean Streets. Directed by Martin Scorsese. Hopefully I pronounced that right. So the main idea of this is just to focus on who we're talking about. So right now we're talking about De Niro. I know Harvey is in the movie too, who's great. And obviously we could talk about Scorsese. Maybe we'll add a little bit of him at the end. But right now we're just going to focus on De Niro.
Yep.
I think I'll start off with you, Tashi. So how did you feel? How do you think he portrayed the character he played?
Johnny Boy?
Johnny Boy.
Yeah, I think...
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so in this performance, this is early De Niro, and this is his first work with Scorsese. And in this performance, he plays kind of like a firecracker, like a guy that can kind of just like blow up at any moment. And
he pretty much does that at the beginning.
Yeah.
Burn up a mailbox.
He blows up the mailbox, so it's like very telling.
Look at his performance there. It's like, wait, the way he moves. Sorry, I'm trying to imitate how he moved.
Yeah.
He's just astonishing. Like, God damn it, man. I love that, man.
It's like the talent is like pouring out of the movie as you see him.
Yeah.
And
how is it on unknown characters? Sorry, I keep calling you out, but it's just so weird to me that no one knew him that well.
Yeah, he was doing things, but I think he wasn't well known enough yet. But as everyone knows Robert De Niro now. But yeah, at this early point, he wasn't that well known. But in this movie, he really puts on like a Showtime performance as a supporting character, where every time he's on screen, it feels like you never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, your eyes on him. You want to see what he does. What can this guy do?
Yeah,
and obviously he's playing to his character, who's a crazy psychopath, I would say. Right?
Yeah, Johnny Boy is kind of like the
all over the place.
Yeah, he's the black sheep, and Harvey Keitel's character is the one that's his friend that's always trying to keep him
out
on the right path, but he is just in debt to everybody, and it seems like he doesn't care at all.
He doesn't care. All right, I think we should mention some scenes that he was really good at. I think we start off with the scene where he comes in the bar with 2 ladies.
Oh, of course.
And he's like, "Hey, like put what was his name? Put this in my big tab. I'm gonna mess things out a little bit, but I said put this on my big tab and my small tab."
Yeah.
And it's just the dialogue, the chemistry between him and Harvey is just
amazing,
wonderful. Yeah. But I think the thing that gets me with De Niro is his mouth. Like the way he moves his mouth. It's not really his like facial expression, just the come on, man. I can't do it well,
and
but like
he puts his whole body in his performance. He's a very like kind of physical performer, and that's like what's really amazing about him, that he moves with his character, and his pronunciation of words is like pop and pop, and it's
such an Italian.
Everything is just like really just like at you, and it's a beautiful entrance scene. He has like his pants off. That he asks them to check him with his coat. so you already know this guy is just wild
all over the place.
But the cool part is like everyone in the bar kind of knows him. He's like known in like the community.
Yeah,
they always like just say, like he's like the joking kid.
Yeah,
but like he's getting to that point. Up. Yeah, but he's getting to that point where like this kid's becoming a grown up, and we can't have like jokes all the time. And that's where Harvey Keitel's character is kind of. And this is where the great dynamic between the two is, because Keitel's, oh my God, Keitel's trying to play like the straight man. He's like trying to get his life together. But De Niro just keeps like dragging him down by the ankles. And Yeah, that's how he gets introduced in that part.
Yeah. Then it shows off like great chemistry at that part too, because he then drags him into the back and it's like, dude, what's happening?
He
here?
talks about the bet.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah, you owe so many people money, right?
Yeah.
Trying to fix it up for you and help you out. Like, make sure you pay. And he's like, oh, dude, do you remember my mom? My mom's in trouble. You know,
Yeah.
He just brings up just makes a lot of excuses. And the way he says it and does it, even when Harvey takes the money and it's like, dude, man, give me some money. Like, what am I gonna do for the weekend? You know? And he's like, he takes it off his hand. It's like, it's just that performance was just amazing.
Oh my!
You know?
And I think one of the things that I love about that scene is like how it goes from De Niro in a group setting, and how he performs and he with the girls and everything like that. And then once he's brought into the back with Keitel, he's like another guy. Yeah. And it's like real people. Like once you're like with a group, sometimes you act differently than when you're with your close friends. And when he's with Keitel, he's just like, he's more serious. And then one of my favorite parts in that scene is when they talk about Michael's, the debt he owes to Michael. And he goes like, yo, I paid him last Tuesday. And then Harvey Keitel's like, well, Michael's here. And then De Niro's face like instantly changes. And he's just like, and he does the greatest like double eye look where he's just like, oh, you meant this Tuesday, not last week's Tuesday? And then Keitel plays it off so cool. He's like, yeah, this Tuesday, not the Tuesday from last week.
Like you didn't know what we're talking about.
I know. And that's another ability of De Niro's to play to like the scene and to play with the partner instead of playing the part a lot of times.
Yeah. And so we're just going to talk about different scenes, as I said. So we're going to talk about the car scene now, where they're all trying to escape from the bar because someone got shot in there, right? Yeah. And De Niro is just blabbing his mouth like, who's this guy, man? Why is he coming? Don't let them in. Get out of here. Yeah. Oh my God. That was just a great performance too by him. And you use a lot of derogatory words, obviously, that I can't pronounce. I will say right now. But well, how do you feel about that scene per se?
I love that. I love that scene in general because it's kind of like they're all like running for their lives, kind of. But it's just a funny scene that Keitel, De Niro, and Michael are stuck in a car with a gay character. Yeah. And the gay character is putting them in these circumstances where they're all trying to be very cool and escape from the cops.
But like getting a lot of attention and like giving him the but that's what happens in the movie.
It's true. And that's like one of the parts where continuously you'll see how despicable De Niro's character kind of is, where he hates these gay people and he hates like all these random people in his community that he'd like shoot out their windows. Yeah. Throw firecrackers. Like a brat kid, like pretty much Brett Simpson. Yeah, he starts off like that, someone just doing pranks and being all rebellious, But then he gets to a point where it's like, okay, this guy is showing his psycho part where he's not. Yeah, he's not growing up. He's not stable. He doesn't. Yeah. He can actually control some of these things. Sometimes he just does it out of he doesn't know. Yeah. He does it. And it's amazing that De Niro is able to continuously surprise throughout the film. And then another scene that's amazing is the graveyard scene. Yeah, it's when you actually kind of see De Niro a little bit softer, and that's one of my favorite things about De Niro is where he's able to give you a look that like just makes you empathize with the character on a very like deep level that just has nothing to do with words. It's like when you see a kid about to cry or something, and you're like, oh, you feel for him even though he probably did something stupid. And those are one of my the graveyard scene with him and Keitel are great. They're just moving through, and De Niro lays down the graveyard. Down, the party's going on.
That's great. I want to skip a bit forward to almost to the end where the scene where he's supposed to meet up with the group, right, to pay at night. They're supposed to meet at the bar. Yeah. But then he's running away or something, but he keeps beating up people on the street. Yeah. And that just the whole scene of him moving. Then Scorsese does a good job of the camera walking, following him, and that was just amazing. But De Niro does a good job. Then he gets to the top of the roof and he's acting up, and I'm like, yeah, damn, this is like you actually do feel like he's crazy in that moment, right? Yeah. How did you feel about that whole scene?
I think that was and it's a great scene in converse to like I think that's the scene where Harvey Keitel is also just in the bar and he's like just drinking and having a good time. So they show him both sides, and then it shows just how like. How do I put it? Like, De Niro is in this case where he needs to pay all this money, but he still wants to be free. And at this point, he just doesn't know what to do. So he just goes insane, kind of just rushing through New York City, fighting people, ends up on a roof. But yeah, that's a very significant scene where it just shows De Niro's physicality as an actor instead of actually having to.
He looks so tall, dude. I didn't know he was. Because now he seems chubby and short. But I was like, this guy's a tall man, probably like what, 6 foot?
Yeah,
maybe. Or
yeah.
6'1".
Well, all those guys have shrunk a little bit.
Yeah, they all shrunk, but De Niro looked lanky, and he, like you say, he's a performer. Like with his body too.
Yeah.
Even the scene where he gets to the bar.
Yeah, this is a great scene.
It's about time to pay, and it's like, hey, take this $10. And the way they just move him around, like, dude, because he brings out a gun, it's like, what are you trying to do?
Yeah.
And they just drag him around. He just moves with his body, and like, that was a great performance. I know you want to talk more about that scene because I think you really love that part.
Yeah, I love that scene where he jokes. It's an extremely serious scene because Harvey Keitel has worked all this time to save him from Michael, and Michael has already done all these threats, like I'm gonna rip him apart by the legs, and De Niro comes in and he gives him like $30 on a $2,000.
No, it was $10. He gave him $10.
Oh yeah, no,
so he was supposed to give the whole 30.
Yeah, but he gives
him 10.
But he gives him 10.
And just that dialogue, like what he was saying to Michael.
Yeah, and he just pretty much explains how he thinks Michael's like he can take advantage of Michael.
Oh yeah. And lights the money on fire. Just that whole performance. That I think, that performance encapsulates the whole De Niro performance. In that movie.
For sure.
It just puts everything, him joking side, the serious side, and the psycho side a little bit.
For sure. Yeah, there's so many great scenes in this film of De Niro. There's even the bar fight scene earlier on in the film
when they're all fighting.
And
he cusses it.
He's the one that creates
everything. It's like, he called, what did he say? Called me a mook?
Or he's like, yo, what's up with those girls? Like, change the music. And he's like, the girls like it. You call those girls? Yeah. Oh my god! And then he just starts to riot, and he's on the table, and he's got the pool stick, and he's hitting, and like it's just magic. And Scorsese, De Niro, they continue that magic throughout a long and illustrious career that's even going on till today.
And just the last scene before I wrap this up, the car scene with all three of them are in there. I know you don't get to see De Niro's face quite well because of the thing hanging down the car. What do you call that thing again?
On
the car.
The rear view mirror.
Rear view mirror, my bad. I'm learning how to drive and I don't want you to. Damn it. Yeah, hopefully my driver instructor is watching this. But that whole scene was funny. Just this chemistry of all three of them.
Yeah.
Amy and what's his name again? Johnny and
Charlie. And this is like the first time all three of them are in the same page. Yeah, they're all like, we're all gonna run away together.
It's like the good, the bad, and the ugly. Would you say? Because Charlie's supposed to be the stable one.
Yeah.
Amy is like she's good, but like they don't really respect her. Then De Niro is the far side.
He's bad. And I love that scene. Like they're all kind of finally on the same page, able to joke around, and it shows like the pressures of society can really strain these relationships. Yeah. But once you're really together on the same page,
they're happy.
They're happy and they're friends, and that's why the ending just hits so hard. When
I mean, it's ambiguous, right? It doesn't say that all dead per se,
De Niro's hand just hanging in the glass?
That was not De Niro's hand, actually. That was Amy.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, she was the one pulled out. De Niro was shot in the neck.
Oh yeah, he was hanging out already.
Yeah, he was hanging out.
De Niro's done.
I don't think he was dead. The cops came to pick him up.
Did they?
Yeah, they came to pick him up, and he was holding his neck. Then Harvey was
walking around,
kneeling down.
Yeah,
I think realizing what has happened, like him hanging around such people.
Oh,
I thought Amy was the one that was dead because of the hand hanging, but she came out.
Oh, true. Yeah. She did come out. Yeah.
Yeah. So in general, this is what we're going to do with the series. We're going to talk about the character we picked, and this one we're going to focus on De Niro. Yeah. We have 4 more movies we're going to talk about, but I think this, like we saw, this is an underrated movie or performance by him. Yeah. You should really check out the movie. I think this is one of his best performances I've seen.
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of his movies, but this shook me as young De Niro.
Yeah.
Really underrated. Like he's so much better than so many actors that were in their prime.
Yeah,
You know.
it's amazing, and I think it speaks to the level of De Niro that he's got like generations of like great acting performances, and that you can go to like when he was younger and really just see a whole different kind of actor. And I think a lot of people that know De Niro from like recent movies that aren't as great, maybe like they would love to see him as a younger actor and really see like how he used to just blow up the screen.
Okay, so yeah, this is style 1. We're gonna see the 2 stars next week, hopefully.
Yeah,
All
hopefully.
right, and the movie is a surprise too, so make sure you stick around, subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, tell us how you felt about the movie if you have seen it, and tell us how you felt about De Niro's portrayal in the movie. And I know we didn't talk about Scorsese and the other characters because this is just focused on De Niro, as we said.
Yeah, and try and guess what the other
try and
4
guess.
movies, because De Niro's got a huge catalog. It's gonna be
a
tough.
huge catalog.
But I think you
I don't
guys
think
will
people
get.
even thought about this.
Yeah, maybe you didn't even pick Mean Streets.
Yeah. I mean, from what we checked, I don't think people even. It is an underrated movie, but definitely want to check.
So
check
maybe, and even like, try and find out, and like, comment, subscribe, and the Tabs and Tash Podcast.
Peace, people. Well, peace. Hit the thumbs up. Bye.
Another episode of the Tabs and Tash Podcast. Wow.